A photograph appeared online of a man standing next to his girlfriend inside a gym. He was smiling. He looked healthy. He looked, by most accounts, happy. And within minutes, half of football's internet decided he was unrecognizable.
For what happened to Vinicius Jr. For those of you that don't know, Vinicius Jr. just performed a chin harmonizing surgery, which is basically a face BBL.
Not because of what he'd done, because of what his face now looked like. The man was Vinicius Jr., and for the next 48 hours, nobody wanted to talk about his 4 goals at the World Cup. Nobody wanted to talk about his brace against Scotland. They wanted to talk about his chin. To understand why a jawline could dominate the football conversation more than a World Cup campaign, you have to understand what Vinicius had just walked out of. Brazil arrived at the 2026 World Cup with the weight of a nation expecting a 6th star. Vinicius carried a huge share of that weight himself, scoring 4 goals across the tournament, including a brace against Scotland, and looking every bit like the player who'd terrorized Europe for Real Madrid. But Brazil's tournament ended early, in the round of 16, beaten 2-1 by Norway. No final, no redemption arc, just an early flight home and a nation searching for someone to blame. Vinicius has always been an easy target for that. Long before this tournament, he had already spent years as one of the most scrutinized footballers alive, not just for his performances, but for his existence in public. In 2023, Atletico Madrid fans were caught chanting racist abuse at him outside the stadium before a derby. That same period, a Spanish Football Agents Union president publicly said Vinicius should stop dancing like a monkey. Vinicius didn't stay silent. He responded directly, "I repeat to you, racists, I will not stop dancing." Neymar and Pelé publicly backed him. That's the environment Vinicius has played his entire Real Madrid career inside. Every touch analyzed, every celebration dissected, every emotional reaction turned into a debate about his character before it was ever treated as a football moment. So when he came home from a disappointing World Cup and photos surfaced showing a visibly sharper, more defined jawline, the internet didn't hesitate. Brazilian outlet TMC reported that Vinicius had undergone a procedure at a clinic in Goiânia under dermatologist Dr. Alessandro Alarcon, described as a chin harmonization, a non-surgical treatment using hyaluronic acid filler to reshape and sharpen the jawline. No general anesthesia, no scalpel, just fillers done during the off-season before he was due back for Real Madrid's preseason under Jose Mourinho. Neither Vinicius nor Real Madrid has confirmed it publicly. He hasn't posted a before and after himself. The only reason the world knows his face at all is because someone else's camera caught him first at the clinic, then later signing a shirt for a fan, his new profile visible from the side. And that's when the internet did what it always does with Vinicius. It took over the narrative before he could. Posts calling the transformation wild spread across X within hours. One widely shared post, written in Portuguese, said the author's brain simply couldn't process that the man on screen was really him. Others joked that his phone's Face ID would stop recognizing him, that he'd need a new passport. It became less a story about a footballer and more a meme economy, running entirely on his image. But here's what almost nobody said out loud while they were busy making jokes. For years, the conversation around Vinicius's face was never really about football. It was about his identity. When he danced after scoring, it wasn't just celebrated, it was compared to an animal by a man with actual influence in Spanish football. When Real Madrid fans have booed him, when rival fans have racially abused him, the target has always specifically been his body, his skin, his face, never really his touch or end product. So when Vinicius walked into a clinic and changed the one part of himself that had been mocked, picked apart, and racialized for years more than any striker in Europe, it wasn't vanity in a vacuum. One widely shared Reddit comment put it plainly: enduring thousands of people mocking your appearance year after year would be devastating for anyone's mental health, especially when so much of that mockery had specifically targeted how he looked. That's the part the memes missed. Football didn't become obsessed with Vinicius's face out of nowhere in July 2026. It had been obsessed with his face since the day he arrived in Europe. This was just the first time he had any say in what that face looked like.